Hello and welcome Cancer signs to your May messages. So keep in mind these are collective in general. Receive what aligns, release what doesn't. Never give your power away to a reading or an outcome. Remember that you're a conscious creator and you create and shift and change your timeline with your free will choice. So Cancer signs, we have some interesting energy. I think you might resonate, or even like your person resonate with the Virgo energy coming through. So it feels to me like you have been working really hard to make everything look happy and good, and like everything is fine. But when you're by yourself, you're really dealing with a lot of anxiety, right? Or disappointment, or even boredom is coming through here. Okay. The reason I say that is the archetype energies we have is the clown, comedy, mask, or performer. Okay. So there could be some deception, or it's just like you're trying to make everything look a certain way for your community or in your relationship or in your family. Because we also have the community card, neighbors, team, connection, society, cooperation. So you might feel out of place with where you live at this time, or out of place within like your social groups or your community. You might be evolving beyond that. We have the mother energy, selfless love, nurturer, source of life, maternal patience, and comforter. You could have also, been in that kind of really nurturing energy, that mother energy, giving a lot. We have that selfless love. And it could be that it's like it's time for you to receive. It's time for you almost to wear a different hat. That's what's kind of coming through here. So, you might have worn many different hats, and like it could be that, your children are grown and they've moved out of the house, but there are these changes and shifts that are happening in your experience here, Cancer signs, and you're wanting to pursue something new because we have that Ace of Wands energy. So you are releasing, you could be grieving a little bit at this time. Again, I feel like it's very much privately, but like you're ready for adventure. Now, if you're connected with a masculine energy or counterpart, because we do have a King of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles energy typically is like the father energy or the husband energy. They're moving through some sort of tower at this time, and they have this pressure, and I can feel it in my head. I don't know if this person gets headaches or you do, but to elevate, right? They also have some sort of father wound that they need to heal, because we have that Emperor energy. So they have a pressure to be more, do more. They're focused mostly like on their career here, right? In the astro codes, we have Libra, balance, okay? And we have the 5th house, passion, okay? So it's like there definitely needs to be some balance brought back into this kind of connection or into this person's life. It could be they could be a workaholic, right? You might feel like there hasn't been a lot of passion. You have a lot of passion you want to share, and this person's more interested in working at this time, and that obviously can be hurtful, right? So there's this sense of you both kind of focusing on different priorities. And I feel like Cancer signs, because this person is so focused on work, or it could be they went through some sort of tower moment, so to keep themselves distracted, they're focusing on their work. Then you are like, okay, well, what passions can I pursue? What is important? What sort of adventures do I want to have, right? And again, there's this element of a shift or change, like a change in your roles, a change in, and there's grief to that. Like, if you're an empty nester, let's say, like there's a process of grieving around that, but you're shifting and changing. Your life is changing. Who you are, the next like phase of your journey is different, and you're kind of preparing for a new beginning, and you're releasing, I don't want to say an outdated version of you, but a chapter is closing here in your experience, and there's a new passionate, almost like a new energy coming in here for you, and it'd be really interesting to explore that. Okay, we have Archangel Zadkiel, compassion, freedom, and forgiveness. Okay, coming through here for the past life energy. We have resourcefulness, intelligence, mental action, and right thinking. Okay, so you've probably been planning here, been quite resourceful. We have Archangel Michael, strength, courage, and letting go. Yeah, you might have been holding on to something that was important for you to release. It was creating a lot of anxiety or sadness. And now you're like, okay, like I'm ready to explore these other passions. I'm ready to focus on that with, that which lights me up here. For some of you with that passion, it's creativity. It could be painting, or like utilizing that creative energy is really important, because sometimes when we're not having passion with another person, we can take that energy ourselves and channel it into our creativity, into our healing, into new beginnings for ourselves. And I think that's something that's happening here for you, Cancer signs. There could even be a revitalized energy that comes into your experience with this Ace of Wands energy. Okay. We also have, I'm so proud of you, dreams. So again, you could have, for some of you, I just feel like maybe you put your dreams on hold for your person. Or maybe you feel like where you live, it's not really where you desire to be. You feel out of place. Some of you, you're receiving loving messages from ancestors and spirit guides in the dream space that are really giving you a lot of love and support here, with I'm so proud of you. And some of you, it's like you're really proud of your person, right? And you've been very supportive in them achieving like their career goals or their dreams, right? We also have eternally yours. So I would say for most of you, especially since we have the, King energy, King of Pentacles, like you're most likely in a commitment or married to this person. Okay, we have mashed potatoes, I need a hug. I feel like you both need a hug. At this time, you both need to hug each other, right? You both need to come together and connect, because we're working through a lot separately, which is fine, right? But sometimes we forget, like in loving connections, we can come together and we can alchemize a lot together in holding space for each other, right? But it seems like you kind of have a wall up with that Nine of Wands, and you're not sharing how you're truly feeling, and this person, kind of the same thing is coming through here. And there's a lot of change. There's a lot of change in your life, in your dynamic, in your person, and in yourself. We have the Coffin energy. Endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation. Okay? So there could have been grief, right? There could have been loss, and there could have been grief that you or your person, were moving through, but it just seemed like you were doing it separately. And you're wanting to alchemize this energy. You're wanting to take that anxiety and alchemize it into passion or creativity. That's what's coming through here for your energy and your person. You're very much alike. You're like opposite, but you're alike. And this person here, this masculine energy, is alchemizing that energy into work and career advancement, and more of like a masculine energy here, right? But balance is definitely important. Rebalancing within this connection is important here. Okay. I just heard, are you ready for the new version of you, Cancer signs? Are you ready for the new version of you? Because I feel like that's what's happening here, is you kind of a phoenix energy going on, where there is an ending, but there's a new beginning, and there's a revitalized energy that's coming through here. And for those of you that, again, are like suffering in silence, please like embrace those that you feel comfortable with opening up and sharing. Because even then, even friends, other healers, space holders can alchemize, and sometimes just talking can help you release that anxiety or that energy. And you can kind of refocus on this new beginning with this Ace of Wands, with your goals, with your passions. Because some of you, you have a lot of passions you want to explore with that Nine of Wands, and you're choosing one, you're going for it. But I feel for many of you, you might have, sacrificed quite a bit. Yeah, we have the Five of Pentacles. You might have sacrificed quite a lot within your dynamic or in your family with this like selfless love energy coming through in the Five of Pentacles, because that's feeling kind of like left out in the cold, not appreciated. Some of you, it's like you've been healing something with the Five of Pentacles, right? You've been moving through some sort of healing period, and you're going to be reaching that point in May where you're definitely feeling better, and you're wanting to take more action. You're wanting to pursue your passions. You're wanting to be more physical than maybe you were before. You maybe felt like you were kind of stuck in like some sort of healing cycle, but I feel like that's changing here for you. Cancer signs. So let's get one more message here before we go into the extended, and we'll look more into your person's energy. You're very much alike. It's really interesting how you're navigating. You're just directing your energies in a different way. We have Justice, okay? Yeah, comes back to balance. We have Libra energy coming through here again. You could be dealing with Libra. You don't have to, but you know, restoring balance is important here, and I feel like balance is being restored now that the Justice card is coming out here. So I feel like things will shift and change in a positive direction. Okay. There could even be, too, with that Justice card, you navigating through some sort with Archangel Zadkiel, navigating through some sort of forgiveness work that needed to happen within your experience, whether that was with yourself, with your partner. I feel like that's something that's being worked out here too. Okay, so we see what aligns, release what doesn't. We're going to take it into the extended. I hope this brought you value. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you're interested in the extended, that's linked below in the extended videos only membership in the description box. So thank you so much for joining me. Take the best care, and I will see you soon.